Jericho. Carrier.
By the beginning of the 21st century, the North-South conflict had escalated to military confrontation. The people of the countries of the South, faced with an energy crisis and a food shortage, had developed a deep-seated hatred for the North. And as a result, anti-North terrorist groups began to show up all over the world. In response, the countries of the North joined together to create the Northern Hemisphere Treaty. Eagle on to Comstat, current heading 3006.
Leonard, what happened? Leonard! Damn! Why doesn't it move? What? Who the hell are you? What the hell's going on? Leonard was... by that? Please, work! Leonard, I'm sorry. I wish I could have done something. What the hell is going on here?
Who is it?
It's me, Lang.
Jack? I heard from the Colonel that you were shot down by the intercept system.
I never thought I'd become the target of my own team. It's hard to believe.
I'm checking the system, but it only seems to get worse. At this rate, the whole ship will be affected. By the way, what happened to Lieutenant Manning? Did the lieutenant bite it or what?
We were separated. I don't know what happened. As for the helicopter pilot, he was attacked by some sort of monster. He's dead.
Monster? What do you mean?
Huh? You didn't see them? The monsters that look like humans?
No, I haven't seen anything. At least not on my way here. The intercept system's gone haywire. Something very strange is happening here. And if we don't figure out what's going on soon... Anyway, the Colonel's on Deck 3. Dr. Noble should be on his way to the lower decks. But I haven't heard from him. For now, we need to join the Colonel.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to open the partition to Deck 2, but I need 2 more activation disks. There are 2 more disks like this one on Deck 1 somewhere. Jack, see if you can find them. Meanwhile, I'll see what I can find around here.
Yes, sir.
There should be an ID card in the medical room in this area.
Deep in space within the Ruckbat sector lay a G-type star whose 3rd planet was perfect for colonization. Man named it Pern and launched 3 immense colony ships that scythed across the vast reaches of space. After abandoning their craft in orbit, they settled on the planet below. As their new lives flourished on Pern, a new enemy approached. Every 200 years, the red star passed close to Pern. Deep within the tail of this comet, life existed. A single-minded parasite known as Thread, an enemy without conscience or feeling, whose only instinct was to destroy and devour the food-rich hunting grounds of Pern so it could survive. There was no escape from its appalling attacks. As the Thread hit the ground, it destroyed all organic life it touched. The colony was ravaged and was forced to take shelter in the mountains to the north as Thread laid waste to their equipment, destroyed their technology, and brought them to breaking point. With hope evaporating and on the verge of extinction, they turned to an indigenous form of life to save them. By genetically modifying fire lizards and utilizing their effective defense system, they created a new race of vast dragons. Named after the earth legends they resembled, the fire-breathing reptiles took to flight to sear Thread from the sky. When the battle was over, the settlers returned to the simpler life. With the passing of time came the fading of memories. As time passed, they forgot about their home, about the machines that forged the land in which they lived, and eventually about the spacecraft floating in orbit. was nearing the end of the 7th pass, and 2 young men had been selected as candidates for impression. As the crowds gathered at the hatching grounds, the candidates prepared themselves for the ceremony to begin. The 2 could not have been more different. The elder, Roth, driven by ambition and family expectancy, eagerly awaited the arrival of the
Good morning, Nicole. Bad dream?
Too much wine is all. A new shipment from Bendon arrived last night.
I know.
Everyone had a good time, though. Just as Nalia would have wanted.
She was a good whalewoman.
She'll be missed around here.
None will miss her more than Marath. She is desolate and risks leaving her clutch.
A gold never leaves her clutch, with or without their werewoman.
There is always a first time.
Then we must find a new werewoman for the golden egg in the hatching ground. I'm sure Sabor realizes the situation.
He does. My hide itches to call.
You always itch. Your hide and your belly are all you think about.
My hide needs oiling. The oil is on the shelves, unless you knocked it off in a stupor last night. The brush should be nearby. Would you like me to tell you how to use items in your inventory?
I think with my clouded head that would be useful.
Open your inventory by pressing the inventory button. Now select the oil. Your inventory will close when you do, and the item will appear in your pocket on the main screen. Whichever item is in the large circle on the right is the item you will use when you press the use button. Walk over to me. Make sure that the item is in your pocket, and then press the use button. Whichever item is in the large circle on the right is the item you will use when you press the use button. Walk over to me. Make sure that whichever item
1年前、今和のヒョウが全国の高校を襲撃した。
僕には勝てないよ。
ラウンド1、はい。
Choose your game. Tournament. Wade Vox, Malakili, Witten, Pugwis, Tamtel Screech, Quagga, Aura Singh, Tia and Gia, General Otto, Boba Fett, Wade Vox, Boba Fett.
There's a price on your head, and I'm gonna collect.
Capcom presents
Round 1. Fight!
Kinrick the warrior, Eowyn the sorceress, Kinrick the warrior.
Welcome to Selenarin. I'm Ansorin. Stendhal has kept me updated on your progress, young Dragonsbane. The area where we keep the heart is behind me. Follow me across the bridge and I'll show you around. We keep this part of the village guarded at all times. We have to go through this building next. Go ahead and open the door and go in, and I'll join you in a moment.
What is that thing?
It's a blessing wisp. Wisps are magical creatures who live in an entirely different plane of existence. They can appear quite subtly here in our world, seemingly out of thin air. This blessing wisp will enchant